So for a start of today's class, the topic for our boot camp today is why cybersecurity matters, protecting your digital life. All right, so as I proceed, my name is Samuel Oluwatosin, and I'm a facilitator for today's and then tomorrow's boot camp, of course. So I'm going to be walking us through a few things about cybersecurity. Why is cybersecurity very important? How does it apply to our individual lives? And how does it apply to corporate organizations? And how does it apply to our nation at large? All right, so for a start, I would like you to understand that cybersecurity is not something you just take up as a career. Cybersecurity is just a way of life. It's something you do every day. It's something you must be involved in every day. Are we together now? All right. So cybersecurity is not just something you do for the money. Cybersecurity is not just something you do for the money. It's not just something you do for the money. I want you to pay attention to that. Cybersecurity is something you do as a way of life because you actually need to do it. Because, of course, just like in the physical world, you definitely need to be security conscious and also have this understanding of what is happening around you. Same thing applicable to cybersecurity. From the word cyber and security. So you know that it's a security of everything in the digital world because cyber definitely represents digital. So the reason why we are having this boot camp is to walk you through the few things you need to know as an individual and the reason why you should consider cybersecurity as a career. Like I told you earlier, that cybersecurity is not just a career. Yes, it is a career, but it is not just a career. It is a way of life. And until you take it as a way of life, you definitely may not be able to have the full understanding of how it works. Just like we have police officers, we have the military officers in the country, yet each and every one of us, we know how we keep our properties very, very safe in our various houses. We know how we install gates, we install doors to our houses. We know how some of us keep security dogs. Some of us, we put CCTV camera in our houses just to stay security conscious. That is how cybersecurity also operates. So you necessarily don't need to wait for a professional before you are cyber secure. Of course, security professionals are always needed. And the purpose of this bootcamp is also to make you see why you should become a security professional. I'm going to be showing us a few points, a few reasons why you should become a security professional. Because I'm going to tell you this for free, that one of the major reasons why cybersecurity is a very, very important part of the tech world is that as long as we are having advancement in technology, there will be advancement in cybersecurity. As long as we are having advancement, as long as we are evolving technologically now, we are going to be needing cybersecurity expertise. Take, for example, about 20 or let me say about 50 years ago, there was nothing like WhatsApp. As a matter of fact, internet was not available. 50 years ago, there was nothing like the internet. So because there was no internet, we do not have any reason to secure anything online. Are we together now? We do not have any reason to secure anything online. So security of internet or cybersecurity became a thing as a result of technological advancement, as a result of innovations. So when we begin to have social media accounts, then we begin to look at how to protect social media accounts. When we begin to have the internet, we begin to look at how to stay safe on the internet. When we begin to have mobile banking, we begin to look at how to stay safe while we are using our mobile banks. Because as many years ago, when there was nothing like mobile banking, there was nothing like internet banking, the only thing that we have is the only thing that we have is the traditional method of banking. And the only security consideration that we have then was what? To secure our banks from armed robbers. So you are not scared if anybody is going to hack anything. You are not worried if anybody is going to log into anything remotely. You are only considering how to stay safe. How to stay safe. Are you with me now? You are only considering how to stay safe by securing your perimeters, by securing your building from armed robbery. But nowadays we have digital banking. We have mobile app, we have internet banking, we have our fintechs, we have our wallet, we have a whole lot of things that we need to secure. That we have a lot of things that aid our transaction online. And these things, they need to be secured. So the more we advance technologically, the more we become, or the more the necessity for cybersecurity professionals. Are we together? So I'm going to be sharing my screen so that I'll be able to show us a few things, and from there we can take it up. Once again, I'm welcoming you, and my name is Omololu Atosin. I'm your facilitator for this boot camp. All right. So I'll be sharing my screen now, and all right. So please kindly confirm when you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Yes,
All
I see your
right.
screen.
Thank you very much. So the topic for the boot camp is why cybersecurity matters, protecting your digital life. Now, you can see that from the topic, this is not majorly about having cybersecurity or taking cybersecurity as a career. The first thing is cybersecurity as a way of life. You must first of all stay secured before you can now begin to think of how to help others to be secured. You must first of all think of your safety first before you now think of the safety of others, because if you are not safe, you cannot keep others safe. So cybersecurity, the number one reason why cybersecurity matters, as I'll be showing us, is because individually we need it in our day-to-day activities. Each and every one of us, either you are tech savvy, either you are an internet person, either you're a traditional person, as long as you are living presently now, you are using one technology or the other. Take, for example, this meeting that we are having now is over a technology. We are joining through a link. You join through a link, and then we are communicating. We are from different locations. That is technology. Many of us, we have access to our gadgets. You are using an Android phone. You are using an iPhone. You are using a computer system, using your laptop. Some of us have tablets. We have smart TVs at home. So all these things, they are technology. And the reason why cybersecurity is very, very important is because all these things can be used against us. I want you to know that everything that has its advantages has its own disadvantages too. So one of the disadvantages of technology is that it has exposed us to a lot of threats. It has exposed us to a lot of threats. All right. So let's look at this. Introduction to cybersecurity. What exactly is cybersecurity? What exactly is cybersecurity? Now, before I proceed with what we have on the screen, cybersecurity is from the word cyber and security. Now, cyber means digital or internet, and security grammatically means to stay secure, to prevent a danger, to defend against an attack. That is security. So security is on both sides, both to defend against an attack and to protect. So it is it's a matter of defending and protecting. So cybersecurity is the protection or defense of every asset that is digital. Now, I'm trying to break it down for you so that when you have this understanding, you don't need to cram the definition for whatever reason. Just have the understanding. So cybersecurity is the prevention of attack and the defense against every form of malicious actions of our assets, or against our assets that are digital. Yes, we have physical assets. Some of us have landed properties. Some of us have we have our houses that we have built. Some of us have our cars. Those are physical assets. Some of us have our fiat. We have our physical money. Are we together now? So all these are physical assets, but we also have digital assets. That's our focus. While a part of cybersecurity focuses on physical things also, but majorly cybersecurity focuses on the digital space. The digital space. All right, so please, if you can hear me, kindly give me a thumbs up or give me a reaction. Let me just know you can hear me.
Can hear you loud and clear.
All right, thank you very much. So, as I was saying, so what is cybersecurity? By what we have on the screen, cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting systems. That's the first thing, that's the key thing. Protecting systems, networks, and data from digital attack. Protecting systems, networks, and data from digital attacks. So every form of attack that can be launched against a system, against a network, against our data that are online, I mean digital now, every form of attack, preventing this attack is what we call cyber security. Just like when you go to a bank, in a banking hall, we have security at the gate. Of course, we have security at the gate. So when you enter into the banking hall, before you enter into the banking hall, you have this bulletproof door. I mean, very common now, bulletproof door. Then when you enter into that banking hall, before you can have access to the vault, are we together now? Before you can have access to the vault, there is another layer of security. Now, why are there different layers of security? Is because at every point in the bank, there are various assets that are being kept. So the volume of properties that you can have access to outside the banking hall cannot be compared to that which you have access to in the banking hall. So there will be security man outside. Some banks will use, of course, every bank uses a CCTV camera. There are sometimes they use mopol, they use military men and all that for the perimeter, for the compound. But when it comes to the banking hall, because in the banking hall you have assets, money is in the banking hall. So the first layer of security to the banking hall, aside that at the gate, is the security door. Now, a security door that has the ability to filter what is coming in and what is going out. So if you are carrying any iron or metallic object, you will not be able to enter into the banking hall. That is physical security. So when you enter into the banking hall, because the volume of cash that is in the vault is more than what you have on the banking floor. Are you with me now? The volume of cash in the vault is more than what you have in the banking floor. So the level of security to the vault is also intense. That even though you are an employee, there are limitations to how far you can get close to the vault. So the fact that you are working with the bank doesn't mean you have access to the vault. That is because the asset in the vault is more delicate. So cybersecurity is a practice of protecting systems, networks, and data from digital attack. And when we talk about digital attack can come from various quarters. We are going to look at a few of them. Digital attack can come from various quarters. It can come from various places. All right, so it involves using technology, processes, and best practices to safeguard information from cyber criminals, hackers, and malicious software. So I'm going to be taking each of these terminologies one after the other. So let's first of all look at information. So what is information? Of course, information is a processed data. Information is a processed data. Data is a raw form of information, right? Data is something that belongs to a particular person or something that carries a details. That is data. But when that data has been processed, that is what we call information. Now, the use of technology, processes, and best practices to safeguard information from cyber criminals. Who are cyber criminals? Now, cyber criminals, from the name cyber, internet. Criminals, of course, people who commit crime. So anybody that commits crime through and on the internet is who we call a cyber criminal. Are we together? Anyone who commits a crime through and on the internet. Take note of those two words. Through and on the internet. So they commit that crime through the internet and also on the internet. So it means that their medium of transfer of attack or medium of committing the crime is the internet, and what they are attacking is something related to the internet. That is cyber criminals. All right, so who are hackers? Of course, hackers generally are believed to be bad guys, are believed to be bad people. Because, of course, to a layman, when you hear the word hacker, hacker are people who hack, who break into people's system. But that is not the total truth. That's not the absolute truth. Hackers are not generally bad. All right, so let me explain this to you. Now, you are learning this because you're in the cybersecurity bootcamp. So hackers are in three forms. Of course, we have many forms, but majorly there are three. Hackers are three. Now, many of these things you are going to learn them if peradventure you put in for the course, because Amdo Analytics has a course on cybersecurity. It's a 5-month course, and it's very, very. In fact, it's a course that you should take if you want to become a cybersecurity professional. So now you are going to learn many of these things in the course. In fact, all of these things in the course. But for the purpose of this bootcamp, I'm going to paraphrase. So hackers, they are majorly in three forms. We have the white hat hackers. White hat hackers. White hat hackers. Now, white hat hackers are hackers who break into system ethically. Take note of that word. They break into systems ethically. Another name for white hat hackers, we call them penetration testers. Pen testers. You must have heard that before. They are called pen testers. Or you call them ethical hackers. So white hat hackers are also called ethical hackers or penetration testers. And what they do is that they break into system ethically. And now why do we need them to break into system ethically? Because before we send out a system, before we launch a software, before we give a system out to the public to use, we must test that it can stand the attack, or it can withstand attack from bad guys. We must be sure that, okay, the software we are launching, when it is launched, it will not be breached. We must be sure that it is safe enough to use. It's just like somebody that has gone to do, somebody that has gone to the voodoo man and has gone to do a charm that will prevent bullets from penetrating into his body. That person definitely must test that thing, because how are you sure that thing is going to work in the days of battle? So you must test it. So these people, these white hat hackers, they are the ones that test systems. They test systems. So they test system by checking they try to attack it. Of course, they are not attacking without ethics. They are attacking it with ethics. So there are laid down principles, there are agreements that will be reached with the organization that owns the system, or the individual that owns the system. There are instructions that must have been passed. There are things, there are rules, there are best practices that they must do or they must follow. That is why they are called ethical hacker. They are breaking into system ethically. All right. So the second layer of hackers are the ones that are very popular, the ones that every layman knows, the black hat hackers, the bad guys. Once they break into systems without ethics, they break into systems with the intention to cause a damage. Now that damage can come in various forms. It can come as a form to crumble the system. It can also come as a form to steal data. It can come to steal assets, money. In fact, most of them do it for the money. So these black hat hackers, the bad guys, are the ones that are very, very popular because they are very loud. So you see them here and there. I mean, people talk about them when you go on the internet and you search hackers. They are the ones that always come up because they are very loud. They are very loud. All right. So these black hat hackers, they are called the bad guys. We call them the black hackers. They break into any system with the intention to cause an harm, to cause a damage. Those are black hat hackers. Then the third one, which are the gray hat hackers, they are the ones that are they are intermediate, or they are in the middle. They can be white today and be black tomorrow. I know somebody is wondering, how can you be white today and black tomorrow? Of course, people do things based on intention. So what differentiates a black hat hacker and a white hat hacker is the intention. One is breaking into the system with the intention to steal, while the other is breaking into the system with the intention to fortify the system, to make sure that the system is working properly. So the white hat hackers and the black hat hackers they have the same level of skills most times. Most times now, not all the time. They have the same level of skills. They have the same. They have access to the same level of tools. They use the same things. You understand? But what differentiates them is the ethic, the intention. How are they carrying out that process? All right. So the gray hat hackers are the guys in the middle. Today they can be white hat, tomorrow they can be black hat. They do it based on what they need. So they can be working with an organization as a white hat hacker and helping the organization to fortify its system on the red team. While tomorrow in the midnight, they're already trying to crack another system and to steal something from them. So these guys, they are semi-bad boys. We call them semi-bad guys. All right. So that is hacker. So the next terminology I'm going to take is malicious software. Of course, we are still going to talk about malware because that's what malicious software means, malware. So malicious, from the word malicious is anything that can cause damage or anything that can cause harm. So every software that is created to cause damage or to bring a system into a standstill, to cause a problem for a system, is what we call a malicious software. So the purpose of cybersecurity is to ensure, are you with me now, is to ensure that we use technologies, processes, and best practices to safeguard information from all these guys, the cyber criminals, the hackers, and malicious software. All right, so at this point, any question, please, before we proceed? Because we are going to look at a few practicals before we move on. Yes, any question, please? All right, so if there are no
Hello.
questions,
Hello.
all right, so someone is speaking. Okay, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. My name's Augustine.
Oh, all right, thank you. You can
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. My question is now going into. I'll just ask two random questions. Number one, going into cybersecurity, is it still visible, or is it something that is possible for a, as in, not obviously we all have knowledge of the computer and internet, but someone that has no knowledge on maybe coding and other things? Because I feel this hacking of a thing, or this black hat hackers, obviously they will
Yeah.
work, or they want to penetrate through code. But as a cybersecurity analyst or operative, do we have to know or understand this coding in order to uh um make it work or something?
All right. Thank you very much for that question, and I'm going to attend to it of course, that's part of what we are going to do today. I'm going to show you who can become a security professional, who can become a security professional. But before, so as to answer your question very quickly, yes, it is still possible. Anybody can learn cybersecurity. Now, I'm going to be very, very factual with you. Um, I'm going to be sharing my screen now. We are going to do a few research together so that you see what I want to explain. Okay, so let's wait till then. Let's wait till that period when I'll show you that, so that we don't digress from what I want to explain to you. But what I want to show you is that anybody can become a cybersecurity professional. Anybody. And when I mean anybody, or I can give you a typical example. One of the top guys, one of the top penetration testers for Google. One of the top penetration testers for Google. His name is Emmanuel. He's one of the top guys at Google now. He was never a tech person. As a matter of fact, he never attended the college. Of course, in the US, they use college, they use high school. So he finished high school, took up a restaurant job, and was serving coffee. According to him, yes, he shared the story himself. He was serving coffee. And then one day, somebody he bought a video game, these video games. So somebody hacked that video game and stole his whatever, and that got him angry. So he began to make research that he really need to steal somebody's own too, or he need to find the person that stole his video game, because of course that video game can be stolen. I think the software can be stolen. All right, so that was what led him into knowing about cybersecurity, and he took up the course, just like Amdos Analytics is also putting down this course or putting up a course for 5 months. I am telling you sincerely that after 5 months, you will not be saying the same thing. Because after 5 months, you are going to definitely become a professional. Yes, I'm not going to use the word expert, but I'll call you a professional. Because, becoming an expert takes time. But definitely you are going to become a professional that can take up entry-level roles. Now, the reason why I'm answering you that way is so that don't write yourself off. And for everybody that is listening, don't write yourself off. Don't feel like you cannot become anything. Cybersecurity is a technical field, but not all technical. Are we together? Not all technical. I mean, what I mean by that is it doesn't mean that everything about cybersecurity is technical. No, there are parts of cybersecurity that you don't need to learn code. As of today, there are more than 50 career paths in cybersecurity. More than 50. More than 50. Tomorrow's bootcamp, I'm going to list some of them, maybe about 30, so that you'll be able to see that you don't need to restrict yourself to hacking and learning code and learning Linux, learning this and that. No, if you don't want to be technical, there are paths in cybersecurity you can go. And even if you are not familiar with computer system and you still want to learn the technical part of cybersecurity, regardless of your academic background, you can still learn it. You can still learn it. And I'm happy to announce to you, if you eventually put on for the course or you put into the course, I'll be your instructor. I'm going to be the instructor. So you have nothing to fear. I'm telling you what you are going to receive or what you are going to get. Of course, you are going to get value for your money. All right, so let's move on. When it is time, I'm going to show you a few things. We are going to do a few research together. I'm going to share my screen so that you see why cybersecurity is something you should do. You know, many tech career paths, they feel like AI, people have been saying AI can take your job, AI can take your job. I am here to announce to you that AI cannot take your cybersecurity job. One of the jobs AI can never take is cybersecurity, because why is human are still the greatest vulnerability in cybersecurity, and human will always be needed to cover that vulnerability. Human will always be needed. Always. Always. All right. So let's proceed. I'm still going to buttress more on that point, but let's proceed. So cybersecurity is crucial because it ensures the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. That's what we call the CIA triad. For those of you that have ever heard of it, the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. So everything cybersecurity rests on these three words: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That our data is confidential, that unauthorized users doesn't have access to it. That is confidentiality. Integrity, ensuring that data is not tampered with. So if you are sending data from a point to the other, it will get to the destination the way it was sent. Nothing changing it. No alteration. That is integrity. And the third one is availability, ensuring that data is available as at when needed. Now, when you see every form of attack, every form of cyber attack is to breach either one or all of these three. Every form of attack. So as we have the CIA triad for cybersecurity, we have the DAD triad for the other part, for attack. So confidentiality is for cybersecurity professional, but for hackers, their own version is disclosure. So they do everything to disclose. Security professionals do everything to keep it confidential. Did you see that comparison now? Now, the second one is integrity. For cybersecurity professionals, they ensure that data is intact. Nothing is altering it. But the attackers are doing everything to alter that data so that you are sending A, but the receiver is receiving B. And the third one is availability. Availability is cybersecurity professionals are ensuring that data is not hijacked, that data is not stolen, information are not stolen, that it is available when it is needed. But hackers, like ransomware attackers, they are ensuring they are doing everything to make sure that data is not available. So they will try to hijack. Like one of the examples of the attack that we experienced is man in the middle. We call it man in the middle. So they stand in the middle and they steal your traffic, they steal your log, they steal whatever it is that you are sending, they steal your data. So just like we have the cybersecurity CIA triad, we also have attackers DAD triad. All right. So cybersecurity is crucial because it ensures the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data, protecting individuals and organizations from financial loss, identity theft, and reputational damage. That's just it. See, the goal of every attacker is either to incur a financial loss, to steal data or identity, and to damage your reputation. Every cyber breach, every attack, every incident, we call it incident, every incident will lead to any of this one. any of these effects, either it leads to financial loss. If a bank is attacked, that bank will experience a financial loss. Like a particular bank that was just attacked earlier this year, which I'm not going to be mentioning their name, then identity theft. You can be attacked as an individual and they will steal your identity. A typical example is your Facebook hack. When they hack your Facebook and your name is Emmanuel, and let's say Emmanuel Oluwatosin is your name, and they change your name to Terry Pelly. Now, what does Terry Pelly has to do with Emmanuel Oluwatosin? That is identity theft. They have stolen your data. They have stolen whatever it is that you have, and they are using somebody's name for your account. Then the third one is reputational damage. For example, now, if I just come here now and I announce to we are roughly about 20 in this class, and I announce to you that OPay has been hacked now. If I say OPay has been hacked now, I know 50 or 60% among us will rush to our app to transfer our money. That's a loss of reputation. It means you cannot trust them again. It means you can't trust them again. So every breach, every attack can lead to any of these three. So, and that is the importance of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is to ensure that organizations and individuals, they don't experience financial loss, they don't experience identity theft, and they don't experience reputational damage. Is that clear?
Yes.
Is that all right? Thank you very much. All right, so let's proceed. How cyber threat affect personal and business environment. I'm just going to rush through this because we need to do a practical quickly. I want to show you why you should learn cybersecurity. How cyber threat affect personal and business environment. For personal impact, number one, identity theft leading to financial fraud. Somebody can clone your identity and they use that to transfer money from your account. Somebody can log into your, when somebody steal your phone, the first thing that comes to your mind is to block your account. Why? It's because you want to avoid identity theft. Because originally somebody can just go and then, pick your phone, log into your banking app, and your bank will not know that you are not the one making the transaction. Like somebody was sharing with me about 3 days ago, reporting to me now, finding a way to track the person. Somebody logged into his banking app and they transferred about 1.3 million. They were making that transfer 200,000, and they transferred about 1.3 million. Before the bank could put a restriction on it, before you could call the bank, before you will get that, money has gone. Identity theft leading to financial fraud. This is why, I was telling you earlier, this is why you as a person, individually, you should take cybersecurity as a way of life. Don't just take it as a career. Oh, we want you to take it as a career, but start taking it as a way of life today. Be security conscious. All right, number two, phishing scams, tricking users into revealing sensitive information, which is the example I'm going to be showing us today. Phishing scams. Now, what is phishing? Yes, phishing is, I'm going to be giving us definition of phishing on the next slide. So phishing scam, phishing is just pretending to be a legitimate person or sending out a bait to trick people into revealing sensitive information. Let me give you a typical example. Many of us have received this kind of information before, or this kind of message. Davido is doing giveaway of 50,000 naira. Call Mr. Richard or click this link to claim your own. You definitely know Davido is not doing any giveaway. That is what we call phishing. They are trying to lure you to click a link. And most time when you click that link, they will use that to extract your information. Now you may be wondering, how is that possible? Oh, very, very possible. I'm going to show you an example now. Very, very possible that you can. That is why you must be very, very conscious when you are clicking links. You don't just click links anyhow. You don't just click links. So you must be sure what link you are clicking, because by just clicking a link, just clicking it once, you may lose all your data. Many of us, the reason why we lost our WhatsApp, for those of us that have experienced that before, I have not, but for those that have experienced it before, the reason why they lost their WhatsApp is because they click a link. Some people lost their Facebook account because they clicked the link. So phishing scams can trick you into revealing sensitive information. So that is another personal impact. You don't need to be a professional before this kind of attack, before you can experience it. Anybody can experience it. So the third one, ransomware attack, locking personal files until a ransom is paid. So a typical example of this is of course, from the word ransom. So they lock you out of your personal file. They lock you out and they ask you to pay a ransom. Another way it can happen is they blackmail you. So for somebody, I've had that experience before, somebody can just steal your Facebook, whatever, Facebook login, and from there, they just begin to reach out to you and tell you if you want your Facebook account back, pay 30,000 naira. If you want your Facebook account back, pay $40. And if it's going to be unfortunate, maybe you have explicit video and pictures, things, details, data that should not leak out on that Facebook account. Maybe in your chat with somebody, you have some things that should not leak out. They begin to use that to blackmail you. That is ransomware. They're holding you to ransom. They're asking you to pay a particular amount of money. I have seen people that they will lock you out of your email. And they know that email is what you connect to all your banks, all your social media accounts. So they lock you out of the email and they ask you to pay a particular amount to a crypto account. So you can experience, as an individual now, you can experience this kind of attack if you are not cyber aware. Then the last one, data breaches exposing private information online. For example, the one we saw in Nigeria recently, where our NIN details were exposed. And then, everybody's NIN was just out there. I know many of us do not know, but those of us that are security professionals, we are aware. We were aware, rather. There was a data breach. So all our NIN details, every details we have in our NIN database was exposed. People are buying it on a website. That is one of the effects of cyber threats, how it affects us personally. So you can just be at home and somebody already has your BVN. You can just be at home sleeping and somebody has your email, your phone number, your home address, and your card details. All right. So now, business-wise, the impact of cyber threat on business, number one, financial losses due to cyber attack and fraud. This is where now the first aspect, the personal impact, is where you need to take cybersecurity as a way of life. Now, the second aspect, which is the business impact, is why you need to take it as a profession. In fact, I will be glad if every 18 of us or 17 of us that are here can enroll and become security professional. I'm going to be showing us, we are going to look at it briefly now. Currently now, there is a need for 3 million cybersecurity professionals in the world. 3 million. And because it's a high-level tech, and when I mean high-level tech, I mean it's one of the tech career paths that you can take that requires dedication and a lot of determination and a lot of skills, a lot of things to learn. So people are running away from it. But I am telling you that it is doable. You can do it. Doesn't matter what your background is, you can do it. So businesses will always need you. They need your service. Financial losses due to cyber attacks and fraud. Number two, operational disruption from malware and ransomware attack. That's another reason why organizations need you. They don't want their operation to be disrupted. In August 2024, Microsoft experienced one, so it affected Windows because of CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is Microsoft security company. So CrowdStrike had a glitch, and that was how all of us that are using Windows that day, you open your system and you experience a blue screen. I know some of us must have seen it on our status that day. That is a disruption of operation because that singular event, it stopped some flights at the airport. It stopped some people, some broadcasting company from broadcasting. It stopped some hospital from working because the details they want to use, the data they want to use is on a system, and that system is operating on a Windows OS. So operational disruption is another major effect of cyber threat, and this is why you are needed. They need somebody to prevent this. Number three is loss of customer trust after a security breach. Yes. When there's a security breach, customers will lose their trust. Like the example I gave you the other time. When you just hear that one of your banks you are using, they just experienced a glitch, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I don't want to lose my 1,000 naira. Are we together? All right, so number four, legal penalties and compliance violation. Because there are regulations, there are regulatory bodies, there are laws, there are rules that organizations must follow. And one of those rules entail that they keep the data of their client, the data of their customers very, very secure. So they need you as a security professional to help them to keep their data secured. So you will always be you will always be needed. You will always be needed as a professional. Cybersecurity measures help prevent these threats and ensure digital safety for both individuals and businesses. So I don't want you to see cybersecurity from the perspective of organizations alone. See it as you. Your Facebook account can be hacked. Your email can be hacked, and from there, they can have access to your account number. and from there they have access to your bank. Your phone can be stolen, and from there they have access to your email, and from there they can begin to log into your banking apps. Some of us have experienced that before. So you must know that it is a personal thing and also a business thing. All right, thank you. So let's look at common cyber attacks. Common cyber attacks. Common cyber attacks. Number one cyber attack that we are going to be looking at is phishing. 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 All right, so what is phishing? As you can see on my screen, phishing is when cyber criminals send fraudulent emails or messages pretending to be from a trusted source. That's one thing about phishing. Fraudulent emails or messages pretending to be from a trusted source. So they make you feel like you are receiving that email from a trusted source. I'm going to give you a typical example. Some of you have received this kind of email before, and they tell you from Facebook, and they tell you that your account is about to be hacked. Then they tell, click this link to prevent the attack. And when you check the domain, when you check the sender of that email, you may see facebook.com, but the Facebook, the double O in between B and K is 0, not O. Are we together? So that is how phishing works. That is how phishing works. Phishing is a way of pretense, pretending to be from a trusted person, sending out fraudulent emails or messages to trick users into revealing sensitive information like password and financial details. So when you receive an email from me or from anybody, and it's saying, okay, accessbank.com.net, take note of that website, accessbank.com.net. You are receiving email from accessbank.com.net, whereas the original Access Bank uses accessbank.com. In fact, accessbankplc.com. That's the original website. But you are receiving from an email that is hosted on accessbank.com.net. And they are telling you your account is about to be hacked, and then you need to click a link, and from that link, you need to share a code. That is phishing. That is phishing. That is phishing. All right, so very quickly, because of our time, I'm going to be sharing my screen again so that we look at a few things. All right. So let me stop sharing this so that I can share something else. Okay. All right. So kindly confirm if you can see my other screen. I have a new tab where I'm typing something. Cyber security. Can you see it now? I'm typing something cyber security. Can you see it?
Oh, yes, we can.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. So,
Yes, we can.
Yes.
all right. So let's look at it. The first thing I want you to see is cyber security. Sorry, available. Cyber security roles in the world as at 2025. Okay, let's change our search keyword. How many roles do we have in the world? 2025. All right, great. Now, as you can see from my screen, the demand of cybersecurity job has risen significantly over the past few years. More than 1 million cybersecurity jobs will be available by 2025. I want you to pay a very good attention to this. More than 1 million cybersecurity jobs will be available by 2025. But less than 400,000 cybersecurity professionals will be trained by then. So you see that there is a gap that you need to fill. There is a gap. Oh, some of us are already in this field. I'm telling you that I'm talking to you as a professional in the field, that the pressure is on us. We are the same set of people doing the training. We are the same set of people creating awareness. We are the same set of people doing the penetration testing. We are the same set of people doing the analysis. Because there are a lot of jobs, but few professionals. So I am talking to you as a professional in the field. We need you. We need you. The world needs you. Technology is advancing. You know that every day there is a new innovation. And immediately there is a new innovation, there is an attack waiting for it. This is why you are needed. This is why it is important for you to learn this course. I don't want you to just take it as, okay, I just want to have the knowledge for my personal sake. No, no. Take it as a career. It's something you can do. It's something that is doable for you. Regardless of your academic background, we have seen people that studied hospitality and are still useful here. We've seen lawyers. I have lawyers as friends that are into cybersecurity now because there's something we call cyber law. So it's just a brief conversion. And all your soft skills, all the skills you have, you know how to talk, is useful in cybersecurity. Oh, you know how to pay attention to details, is useful in cybersecurity. Oh, you are business oriented, you know how to sell things, it's useful in cybersecurity. You see, cybersecurity is that industry where I feel like you can apply every of your soft skill without a barrier, without a restriction. So you are needed. Oh, you are really, really needed. The rate of attack, you can see the number of people that their WhatsApp is being hacked daily. The number of people that their Facebook is being hacked daily. And those are little things. Because people are losing their account number, account details, losing their account balance, losing money. People are losing their crypto wallets. They are already hacking crypto wallet. You are needed. So less than 400,000 cybersecurity professionals will be trained by then. Why don't you want to be among these 400,000? Cybersecurity is an ever-growing industry. It is projected to grow by 20% in 2025. And you see, as it grows, because the next thing I'm going to show you now is what do you stand to gain if you learn this thing? As it grows, as this cybersecurity industry begin to grow, so also you will be growing in the industry if you are a professional. Yeah, you will be growing. You can't remain the same. You cannot remain the same. All right, quickly, let me show you something. So cybersecurity salaries. Of course, you may believe that, okay, this is just a blog. So let me show you from a trusted recruiting whatever. So cyber security salary in 2025. All right, great. Now you know that this Google AI, before it will give you this, is because it has searched the whole internet. Before it will conclude this, it has searched the whole internet. All right, but don't let us just remain there. I have this Zip Recruiter. Yes, Zip Recruiter is one of the topmost recruiting platform all over the world. Zip Recruiter, we have LinkedIn, we have Indeed, then we have Zip Recruiter. So let's look at Zip Recruiter. Let's look at what Zip Recruiter is saying concerning cybersecurity salary. All right. Yes. So averagely, as a cybersecurity professional, averagely, you are going to be earning $132,062 per year. That is an average salary. You can see that it's at the middle. You can start from the lowest, 57,000. And I'm telling you this emphatically, all over the world, especially in the US, you cannot earn less than 57,000 as a security professional. It cannot be less than that. I have guys that work there. I can guarantee you that it cannot be less than that. So somebody may be saying, oh, we are in Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't pay like that. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at it. Then we move on to entry level salary in Nigeria. Oh, sorry, I'm typing on ZipRecruiter. I should be typing on Google. Okay. All right, please kindly confirm if you can still see my screen because I want to be sure I'm not leaving you behind. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
All right, thank you. So look at this. Let's see one of the I wish Glassdoor. Yes, Glassdoor. Glassdoor is one of the most trusted salary scale platform in Nigeria presently. Now, let's look at what Glassdoor has to say about cybersecurity jobs. Entry role now. Entry role. Entry role. And one of the entry roles you can have in cybersecurity is information security analyst. I'm telling you that this is a role you can take up after you conclude your 5-month training with Amdor Analytics. Is one of, sincerely, you take up this course, you can take up this role. I mean, after this course. All right. All years of experience. So let's look at 0 to 1. Oh, this is going to request for a login. And I doubt if I have this account here. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to log in. Okay. Oh, sorry, please. Let's just fill in something. Security, professional, desired location. We can just pick Lagos. Of course, Lagos. Can pick Lagos, Nigeria. All right. Select industry, tech. All right. That's it. Specialization, cyber, security. Okay, so they don't have the options yet. So you can pick engineering we just want to bypass this quickly now. All right. So let's go back and then click it again. Yes. So look at what we have here. This is not going to allow us. All right. So I really do wish to show you from Glassdoor because I trust Glassdoor a lot. But if Glassdoor is not going to permit us, yes, I think I have. Yes, my salary scale. My salary scale is another, in fact, a very great platform. A very great platform. Yes, this is it. Base salary for a cybersecurity officer. Entry role now. Maybe you're a security analyst, malware analyst. Tomorrow I'm going to show us all this list of career you can pick up in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity role, at the minimum, you can get 228,000 naira. That is after 5 months, regardless of your what's it called now, of your academic background. Yes, regardless. Entry level, you can have 131K up to 325. So now, if you have this kind of salary, and I tell you that cybersecurity is a skill-oriented industry where within the space of 1 year, you can become a senior level professional. How? Depends on the level of skill, level of determination. Oh, you do 5 years for this, you go, 5 months for this, you go another 5 months for another one. So by the time they are checking your portfolio, they are saying that, okay, you have done cybersecurity analyst course, you have done for penetration testing, or now you have done for even security lead. So they are not going to be telling you that you're an entry role person. So it is very, very important for us to show you this so that you will know what you are bargaining for. So if it is the money you want, I can tell you emphatically, if it is the money you want, I know there are many reasons why people go into career. Of course, you can have passion for it. I love that. You can be doing it because you just want to get your hand dirty. You want to do something. I love that as well. But if it is the money, even if it is the money, I can show you most lucrative tech skill in 2025. Okay, can we have it? All right. So some of the most lucrative tech skills in 2025 include what? Data science. And the second one is what? Cyber security. You can see it. cyber security. Okay, I can even help you to narrow it down to Nigeria. In Nigeria, okay, we have the AI, machine learning, cloud computing, and cloud computing as one way or the other. All these AI and machine learning and cloud computing, they still need cybersecurity. I just want you to see something. They still need cybersecurity because AI can go extreme. Machine learning can go extreme. They need cybersecurity to caution every form of insecurity that can happen there. So cybersecurity is one of the most lucrative tech skill you can get today. One of the most. All right, so let's quickly look at phishing. Let's grab phishing very quickly. I've explained what phishing is to us. And yes, phishing is pretending to be something that you are not, to extract information from people. So let me give you an example. So we have this platform. I'm just going to paraphrase because, of course, this is a very delicate thing. I don't want people having access to it and then using it against others. So we have this platform. A moment. Let's see. Okay. So we have this platform. Let me know if you can see YouTube.
Yes, we can see YouTube.
Great. So I can go on YouTube and type how to make $5,000. Okay, that may be too good to be true. $1,000 per hour. All right, so somebody is looking at me. Now, what am I doing? Now I'm acting like an attacker now. This is how phishing works. Okay, so $1,000 per hour. All right, we've seen a video that carried that. We just need a video that carried that title. So let's pick this. All right, we don't need to watch the video. We don't actually need the video. What we need is the link to the video. The link to the video. A moment. The link. Okay, yeah. Copying this. So I've copied the link to the video. All right, so I'll take it to a particular platform. There are a lot of platforms attackers use for this, but I'm using this for example, and that is because this platform has already been flagged. So even if you try to use it to use it unlawfully, it won't work. It won't work. All right, so let's pick the link. Then we go to this platform. Then we come here. That's our YouTube link. We paste it. Then we create a URL. We're creating a URL. It's loading. All right, so we have created a URL. Then we have a new URL. We copy. Now, you see, as simple as what I have just done is, this is something I can use to steal your IP address. Practically now. This is something I can use to steal your IP address. So I just go here. Okay, still loading, but I can copy it. Of course, I can copy it. So when I copy it, because it's taking too much of time, so I can just come here and let's see if it has been copied. Okay, it has already been copied. So now that link that we copied, I think we have a chat box here. So everybody, you can check the chat box. I have pasted it. Oh, okay. I'm not pasting it yet. We'll go to this website. We'll go to this website. Bitly. Of course, there are a lot. We have Kotlin. We have a whole lot of websites that can be used to shorten a link. So, okay. Let's see. We want to create a link. So we paste the long link here. Then we create our link. All right. So we have a short link. Now, can you all see what is on my screen, please?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
You can see.
All right. Now, what I just did now, you can see that this process was very fast. I made it very, very fast. But what I just did now is that I have created a phishing link. This particular link you are looking at is a phishing link. Now I'm going to show you an example. So we need somebody to volunteer. We need somebody to volunteer. Don't worry, nobody's using anything against you. It's just a practical class, and then we just want to show something. Yes, we need somebody to volunteer. Who is going to volunteer? That will help us to click a link. Yes, anybody, please. No, don't be scared. We are not using it against you. I need an external person. I don't want to do it myself because I'm the one that created it. So it's going to still be me doing it, only me on that. I want everybody to be on the same page. Yes.
You can
Anybody
put
that can
you
volunteer.
can put you can put the link on the chat box. Somebody can.
All right, thank you.
click on it.
Okay. So we have the link on the chat box.
Okay.
Now, the link you have on your chat box is a very common link. Virtually all of us have seen this kind of link before. bit.ly/whatever/whatever/whatever. Now, so you may not suspect it, and that was why I actually shortened it. You may not suspect it. But the problem with this link is that considering the whole thing I have done, it is a phishing link. So let's say you receive a text message or an email that says, oh, somebody's doing a giveaway and then it's so and so. Click this link to ensure that you get your own portion. Then you click. You see, once you click that link, I believe you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, you can.
All right. Once you click that link, this particular link I posted in that chat box, for whatever reason, if you click it, I'll just come here to my tool and I refresh, then I come down. All right, so presently I have the IP address of about 4 people. Okay, so we have an IP address of only 2 people. Reason being that this Google Cloud belongs to Bitly. This is user agent is Bitly. So these first two, number 1, number 2, they belong to Bitly. But this number 3, as at 1903, that's 703. So somebody clicked it. Okay, so this is the IP address. Malaysia, the person is using a VPN. I'm showing you how we analyze stuffs. The person is using a VPN. Okay, so only one person has clicked. If we refresh again, maybe another person would have clicked. Okay, so presently only one person has clicked the link. So what I just showed you now, one thing about this thing is, now let's take this person as an example. This particular person, when we open this, what do we have? We have the date and time the person clicked it. We have IP address, of course. We have the IP address. We have the country, because the person, okay, this is an estimate. Okay. We have Malaysia. Somebody from Malaysia has clicked the link. Okay. Name and site. Oh, Skype. Okay. So we have not gotten somebody yet. This belongs to the platform I paste the link on. So it seems nobody is ready to click. I don't know why everybody's scared.
I'm not finding the link.
You can't even see the chat. The chat box is empty or something. I don't know.
Oh, you
Maybe
can't see
from
the
your
chat
own.
box.
No, the chat box is there, but the problem is nothing is saying. It's saying refresh or something.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know why.
serious.
If I click the chat box,
Probably.
it's not even opening.
So probably from
Oh,
your own settings.
okay. So nobody's having access to the chat box, but I can have access to it. All right. So what we can do is let me see. Okay, I'm looking for a way to.
You should use the WhatsApp chat.
Okay, the WhatsApp chat. Okay. Now the issue is I'm not currently on the WhatsApp chat. I'm not currently on the WhatsApp chat. All right. So because we don't have access to the WhatsApp chat, I think the best option is to I can't even reach out to anybody. All right, so can anybody give me maybe their email?
You can log in your WhatsApp on your laptop or on this device you're using.
I understand you. I'm not on the group. You get?
Okay.
I'm not currently on the group. Yeah, I was meant to be added earlier, but I think the admin
Don't
forgot.
worry, you can check your check. You can check back again. I click the link.
All right, so let me just, what I'll just do is that I will click the link.
No, you can refresh. I've clicked the link.
Oh, you've refreshed. Okay, you've clicked the link. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you've clicked it, definitely. All right, so this is what we have. You have a few details. You have your IP address. Of course, it's your public IP address, so we are not using it against you. You have your public IP address. Let's see more details. Okay. So we have the IP address. We have the country. Now, sorry, the person that clicked the link, are you currently in Abidjan? Or, sorry, are you in Ivory Coast?
Yes. For now, I
Oh,
am here.
okay. So we have the country, we have the browser, we have the IP address, the public IP, we have the operating system you are using, we have the user agent and all that. Now, why am I trying to show you this? Is for you to see that. Can you see that? Did you notice that when you click the link, it actually took you to the YouTube video I initially opened? Did you notice that?
Definitely, it's a normal.
So please, I want you to confirm. When you click the link,
Yeah.
where did it take you to?
To the video.
To the video. Thank you. To the video. Now, you can see that the link is not actually the video. But as a result of you clicking that link, yes, you have been deceived that you are actually watching a YouTube video. But originally, something has happened at the background. Somebody has stolen your data. Because for what reason? Why do I have to have access to your location and your IP address? So that tells you that a whole lot of things go wrong when you click phishing links. Are we together now? A whole lot of things can go wrong. Now, I intentionally use this one that we cannot use against you, but there are many sophisticated tools that can be used against you. Some tools will give you they will give you the approximate location, the exact location. Some will give you the browser you are using, give you the operating system, and many of these things it will give them the hint of how to attack you. In fact, some can give out your credential, your login credential. Are we together now? So that is how phishing works. That is how phishing works. And this is why you must be security conscious as an individual and as an organization. Now, if we take that link and as a security professional, I'll just show you this one. If you take that link and you go to Virus Total, which is one of the tools that you are going to learn how to use as a security professional, Virus Total, and then you click on URL. Okay. If you take that link and then you paste it here, then you search. Okay, it's currently loading. Still analyzing. Okay, we have a red flag. Can you all see my virus total?
Yes.
All right. So we have a red flag. Now, what have I just done? I've just done the work of a security analyst. How? There was a link, but we have suspected the link that, oh, this link is most likely going to be a phishing link. Okay, so before we click the link, instead of clicking on the link, you know, click is your left click, but instead of clicking, you right click on it. And if you are using a mobile phone, you long press on it, then you copy. So if I put my cursor here and I right click, let's look for a link on this. Okay, if I right click on it, yes, I should be able to copy the link. So when I copy the link, okay, this is not a link, sorry. We need a link that we can copy. Yes. So if I right click now, you will see copy link address. So when you copy the link, you can take it to Virus Total and many other tools. We have a whole lot of tools. So we can take it there, then you scan it. So once you scan it, are we together? It's going to give you information that, okay, this now, like the red flag we have on our screen now, 1 out of 96 security vendor flag this URL as malicious. Any URL that has been flagged as malicious is a malicious link. It's a malicious link. Okay, yeah, I've just been added to the WhatsApp group. So it's a malicious link. Are we together? So these are the things that happen underneath that many laymen do not have understanding of. And because we are newbies, we don't know how these things work. We just click any link. Many of us have clicked many links that has given out our password. Even some of us that has technical. I am a computer science graduate. But even before we became graduates, we have clicked links. We have clicked links. Some of us that take all these online loans, take all these on surveys. You just click any link anyhow. No, that's not the way to go. Phishing is real. Phishing is real, and that's what I just practicalized for you. I just stole somebody's data, stole his IP address, stole his location, stole his operating system. If I want to attack him now, those information will be useful. Because once I know your location, so I know the kind of security system that works in that location. Okay, if I know your operating system, I know the vulnerabilities. I will look for the vulnerabilities of the operating system. Then I will launch an attack. So those are the ways these things work. So that is phishing, and that is that about that. So this is where I'm going to be calling it a day for today's boot camp, and then we are going to be meeting tomorrow. But before we go, we need to rub mind. So do you have any question, please? Anybody, any question maybe on this class or maybe something you've been curious about? Do you even understand what I just practicalized?
Yes, I have a question.
I
All
also
right, so
have a
please.
question.
All right, so let's take it one after the other. Who is going first? Give us your name and go ahead with your question.
Yes,
My name is Akudo.
I'm raising my hand.
My name is Akudo.
Okay, so please, everyone that has a question, please raise your hand. I'm going to be calling you one after the other. Just raise your hand. So let's see the first person. All right, so let's have Mr. Arinze. Yes, Mr. Arinze, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, okay. Basically, right, I want to understand the concept of your 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 learning. And
Okay.
like you said before, you said 5 months. Right?
Yes.
Now, your classes, how do you take them? Is it in the morning or is in the evening? And how many hours per day?
All right, so this is how it goes. Our classes are always 5 months, 2 days in a week, of course, and the classes always come up on Saturdays and Sundays in the evening, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 3 hours every day. You understand now? And then where sometimes on maybe Thursday, we also fix meetings with mentors. We bring mentors to open your eyes to something that happen in the industry. You understand now? People that are active in the profession, they tell you a few things about what is happening, just to make you aware of what is happening in the industry. So the classes always come up every Saturday and Sunday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it's going to take place for 4 months and extra 1 month for internship. Take note of that. 4 months for the class, 1 month for the internship. So making 5 months in total. Do you understand that?
It's understood. And aside from that, your programs, okay, like you said tomorrow you announce what's your certification.
Yes.
Are they world standard certification?
Are they what? Sorry, please.
Are they world standard? Are they recognized outside Nigeria?
Okay, yes, of course. We are, this is a tech school, right? Just like I will tell you that if you attend University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and you attend University of Obafemi Awolowo University, or you attend University of Ibadan. These are registered schools and they are recognized. Same thing applicable to us. We are a registered edutech and our certificates are recognized all over the world. You understand that? And don't forget, I don't want you to get it wrong. Our certificates are recognized all over the world, but there are industry certifications that you may need to take. Just like somebody that went to school to study engineering, after graduation, in fact, the best advice, the best illustration I can give is somebody that went to school to study accountancy. After graduation, you will take a course called ICANN to become a chartered accountant. So to become a penetration tester, after you have taken our course, you may need to take CEH certification. To become which other one now? To become a GRC, you may need to take certificate. So there are industry certification that you may need to take after this class. But for this class, you are going to be taught everything you need to become, because you know that those certifications, they don't teach you to learn, they teach you to pass. I don't know if you understand that. You just read, they just give you
I
a curriculum.
understand.
All right. So that's just
Yeah,
so
it's
I want to
understood.
clarify that. I want to clarify it. That's why. All
Yeah,
right, thank you
because
very much. You understand?
why I asked this is I had issues. I'm a computer network administrator, right?
Okay.
So yeah, and I wanted to do cyber security and all that. So a lot of schools I confirmed with, most of them in Portugal where I stay, right?
Okay.
Their skill their certifications are not recognized. And
Oh,
I had
wow.
a problem even getting a job with my
Wow.
AWS certification and all that. The ones
Wow.
I got from Cisco, that was what helped me with the ones I got from Cisco, right? So that's why I asked the question so that I will know if it will be a fit or not.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We are recognized. We are actually recognized, and we ensure that our stores are always up to date. All right. Thank you. So let's hear from Charles. Okay. Sorry, Chima Ibe, please. You can speak.
Okay, sir. He already touched on some of the questions I wanted to ask, but then my other question is, let's say for instance, I'm not able to maybe join in the conventional class. Can I catch up maybe via a recorded video or something, or via a handout or materials that are released, should in case I don't meet the time for the fixed class?
Okay, so if I get you well, if I get you right, you are trying to ask if that, okay, if you miss a class, that can you still, is there a way that you can catch up with what we have
Yes,
done? Is that what you
something
said?
like that, because maybe you can fix a class for Saturday, and if I'm not available on that Saturday, or for some reason that particular time I'm not available, how am I going to catch up with the class?
Yes, our
That's
classes are always recorded. Are we together
okay.
now? Our classes are always
Okay.
recorded. So even if you miss the class, you still have access to the recording. And just like today's class is also being recorded, you can and yes, the admin asked me to tell you there is I think there is a polling, whatever
Or
that
will
is
you
going on
just
in the WhatsApp group.
hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes,
I
I'm with
said,
you.
will you be handing out materials, or will you just be strictly recordings?
No, 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 no. There'll be material. There'll be material. Of course, there'll be material. There'll
Okay,
be
sounds good.
material.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So yes. Lest I forget, there is a poll in the group. There's something you need to fill in on the WhatsApp group. I don't know how many of you have seen it. So please make sure you fill it so that you can have access to this recording. Please. All right. So the next person, let's hear from Peace Ojo. Peace Ojo.
Thank you very much. The class has been very engaging and informative. Thank you for the time and for the valuable content. The question I want to ask is this. Most of the job offers you see for cybersecurity, most of them, sometimes you see that they ask for experience of, let's say, like 2 years plus. So how are we supposed to make up for those kind of experience? Most times we rarely see entry level roles for cybersecurity. So I don't know, what can we do about it? Or is there any method or whatever that we could do to to fill in that gap, because most of them require some years of experience.
All right, thank you very much. I quite understand you, and you see, it's a foundational problem. It's not just peculiar to cybersecurity; it's a foundational problem. And what do I mean is that many of the recruiters don't have a clear understanding of how these things work, so they just copy job descriptions online and paste it. I mean, this is what we have noticed. Being in the labor market, I also recruit, and what I have noticed is that most recruiters, they just go online, copy. In fact, you will see them requesting for CISSP for an entry-level role. Now, CISSP is a certification you can never write until you have spent 5 years in the field or in the industry. Now they are requesting for it for an entry-level role. So we have discovered that they just go online, copy job description, and they paste it. So here is the way out. The way cybersecurity works is that, in fact, that's one of the advantages you are going to have, that throughout your class, you are going to be doing hand-on practicals. Now, all these practicals are going to be documented, and the documentation is what we transform to your portfolio. Now, when this portfolio is presented, so nobody cares about how many years of experience. What we care about is what can you do. So if from your portfolio, we can see that, oh, you've been able to do, you know how to analyze phishing, you know how to do this, you know how to, okay, you know how to do network analysis, you can do this, you can do that. That's all we need. You understand now? So the 2 years, the 3 years, the 4 years that they are writing on the job description, the 2 years, the 3 years, 4 years they are writing on the job description, it's just a random thing they do. And if it is called an entry role, then you don't need years of experience. That's just the standard. You understand? If it is called an entry role, you don't need years of experience. You get it now? So regardless of what they have written there, as long as you have a strong portfolio, a strong CV, and they can see that you have actually learned this thing and you have hand-on skills, that's all you need. That's all you need. All right. Do you understand that? Please, Ojo, please, do you understand?
I do. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's hear from I think we have one more. Oh, we have few other guys. Augustine Oji.
Hi. My question is, we are getting this training from Nigeria, and most of us on this group are not in Nigeria. Now, when it comes to the experience, won't it matter when they say, "Oh, we need experience from a home-based experience"? Like, okay, I'm based in the UK, so getting a job now because we use Indeed and some other platform. And
Okay.
would the recruiter start saying, "Oh, your experience is from Africa. It's quite different from the way we operate here." You understand? So I want a UK-based experience.
Can I answer this, please?
Okay, yes. Mr. Arinze, you want to answer?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yes, for the last person that asked this question, right? When it comes to tech, right? Your employers don't employ based on what they see on the book or your CV. They employ you based on what you can deliver. I don't know if you understand. Now, how I landed a job wasn't because my CV was okay, right? I started as an entry level in Nigeria. The experience I had in Nigeria wasn't what I expected to see outside Nigeria. I don't know if you understand. So the most important thing is gaining knowledge, because what I believe is you can gain knowledge and you don't practicalize it and still don't get what you want. You understand me? Now, the most important thing is gaining the knowledge. The other part is left for you to decide if you can get or you can land on it, or rather, an employer can employ you. You know by experience. The same experience you have as a cybersecurity in Nigeria is the same practice. That's the same thing you do in UK. They are not different. So the only thing you see is the technological difference. That's just the only thing. I don't know if you understand.
Yes,
All
I
right.
do.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Oji, so just a few addition. Thank you, Mr. Arinze. So what he has said is the truth. Tech generally, not even cybersecurity alone now. Tech generally doesn't count on where you learned it or what you have on your CV. No. I studied cybersecurity in Nigeria, and I can tell you that I have worked across the sea. I've worked in the UK, I've worked in the US, and I currently work in Nigeria. So it doesn't matter where you learned it. Just know what they want you to do. As long as you can deliver. That's one thing about tech. As long as you're able to deliver, we are good. You understand that? So you don't have a restriction. And at Amdoff Analytic here, what we do is that the kind of curriculum we are going to be using for you is world standard. A curriculum where we can teach you everything you need to know and can take you anywhere in the world. You understand? So that's just it. That's just it. All right, thank you. Let's see. We have I think we have one more hand up, if I'm correct. Okay, the hand is down now. All right, so if that would be Mr. Charles or Miss Charles, I don't know, sorry. I saw your hand up earlier. Has your question been answered?
No,
It's me. I raised my hand.
it's Mr. Charles, actually.
Okay, Mr.
Can you hear
Charles.
me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you properly.
Yeah, so some of my questions were answered, but basically, I think you said you'll be talking about majorly the roles by tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yes. In fact, it's our major focus tomorrow.
So I think I'll just hold off on my questions till tomorrow. You understand? That way, I'll be able to have the right questions to be able to answer you based on what you talked about.
Yeah, thank you very much. So tomorrow we are going to dive more into that because I want you to see the possibility of you doing cybersecurity. See, I tell people all the time, there is no kind of background that you can't bring into cybersecurity. Is very, very vast and very accommodating. So tomorrow we look at it. We look about 30 of them. You see, you know that, okay, you don't, in fact, there are certain rules in cybersecurity where you don't need to learn coding at all. Yes. Like if you are doing it, if you are going to become a GRC analyst now, you don't need coding. In fact, you don't need to learn hacking because it's just like you doing all these rules and regulation, how to comply, compliance, and all that. You may not need to learn hacking at all. And there are many other rules like that. And there are rules that are majorly technical. There are rules that, in fact, there are rules that are majorly administrative in cybersecurity. They are majorly administrative. So tomorrow we'll be able to look into that deeply. All right. So thank you. Okay, I think I have one more hand. Akudo, please go ahead.
Yes. Okay, good evening. I actually
Good
wanted to
evening.
ask, how do one identify phishing while using YouTube? Because of the instance you gave us this evening. How
Okay,
do
well,
you, as a layman, how do you identify it?
okay,
Not doing the analysis like as a layman. Yeah, for instance, I just decided to search for something. I saw a YouTube. I click on it. How do I identify that this might be a phishing YouTube? Like,
all right. Thank
that's,
you. So
that's
it's part of our agenda for tomorrow too. How to identify phishing email and best practices in password. In fact, those are the three things we want to do tomorrow. How to identify phishing emails, best practices in passwording, because I know those are the most common things to every layman. And because this is a bootcamp for newbies, we can't go, I mean, very, 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 very deep technically now. So we need to come to the surface. So we are going to look at how to identify phishing email, best practices in passwording. Then we are going to look at the career path in cybersecurity. So I would advise you wait till tomorrow. Let's address that tomorrow. You understand? But one of the major ways to identify a phishing link is that when you look at the link and it's not pointing to what it says it claims to be pointing to. For example, you got a link and they say the link will take you to a YouTube video and you are seeing bit.ly, you must suspect that link. Oh, are there legitimate website that shorten their URL? Yes. But I'm telling you that every link that is shortened should be suspected. As a cybersecurity professional, every link that is shortened should be suspected until proven otherwise. So that's the first thing. So you cannot be receiving an email, and for corporate organization, they don't shorten their email. I mean, shorten their links. I'm going to be sincere with you. Corporate organization don't do that. So those are that's number one red flag. When a link is shortened, they are trying to hide something most times. not all the time, but confirm that, okay, you are free before you go ahead. Then there are other red flags to identify phishing email, urgency, grammatical error. Those things we are going to dive into them tomorrow. You understand now? And
Yes.
take note that me using YouTube doesn't mean that YouTube will always be used for phishing. There are phishing techniques that don't require any YouTube. In fact, there are phishing techniques that will clone the original website. You see, all these things you will learn when you, in the course. We can't teach them within 2 days, you understand? So you will learn them when you put in for the course. There are phishing techniques that will not require any YouTube link or any YouTube video. Some of them, they are legit links. They will take you to a website. They will ask you to fill in the form. And you will think you are filling in the form to the legitimate website. Meanwhile, somebody is already stealing your data. Do you understand that? So we'll learn more about that as we proceed. Thank you. Yes, Chimaebe, please. Let's take that as the last question for today.
Just one more question. What time are we starting tomorrow?
Tomorrow is same time, 7 p.m. Same time.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining today's bootcamp. It has been a very insightful time together. So I wish I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow, and then I hope you enjoy the class. So see you tomorrow, and you can also invite people. You can send the link to them. I don't know if the link is still available. You can send it to them, invite people, let them have access. It's a free bootcamp, so let them have access to it, and let's see how we can all be cyber aware together. All right. So thank you, and have a restful night.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.